everyone to the Flick and Reel fan cast. We are starting another edition of News and Views. We are your source for news, reviews, and daily discourse. I am your host, Jesse Swift, accompanied with a couple good friends here, someone that's becoming a real regular on the show. I'd like to welcome Mr. Sean Wingblade. How you doing, Mr. Blade?
Oh, I should unmute my mic.
There you go.
I never know when I'm backstage if I'm muted or not, so I was just like, all right, let me just double check.
All right, let's just start the hashtag mute blade.
Perfect. All of them.
We got Beyblade,
Mute Blade. Yeah, let's work
all
them
that
all
good
out.
stuff. And we are also joined by, sometimes we call him Chris. Today I'm going to call him Captain Clutch. We needed another host, and he came in hot, doing a backflip off his bed springs right into the show. That is the one and only Chris Anthony Lopez.
Yo, what's up? What's going on?
What is up, Mick? Awesome. That is a shirt.
Yes, thank you. I just rolled out of bed. Sean had hit me up and he's like, "Hey, you free in like 20 minutes?" I'm like, "I can be. I can do something. I'm here. I got the crust in my eyes still, but we're good.
We haven't
good.
had you on for a little while, but I'm so glad to have you on here. Has it not been since some Falcon and Winter Soldier talk?
I think I was here for some Scott Fox action not too long ago.
Well, that's usually the case, except for this week. We are doing it without Scott, so we are being flexible.
No, and I forget what we talked about, but we were talking about like Eternals, and like we had like ranked the movies by anticipation or something,
yeah.
Something like that.
Trailers for almost all of them now.
Right. A lot's gone down. I mean, you got some. I saw your new digs. I noticed your new new setup. You got some imaging.
Oh, yeah, we're gonna pop it up here. I just wanted a chance for everyone to see where we can find everybody, because it does block the bottom one, which is
Twitter, baby.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna do that. Just
you're too kind.
The proper treatment. Everyone knows where to find me, and that's at Jesse Swift on Twitter and here, obviously on the Flick and Reel Fancast page. But there we go. There's the fancy fans that we got going on there. And I just want to say hi to the chat really quick, because we got a couple people in here. We have one of the most reliable people on the entire internet sphere, and that is Brandy Parker. Thank you so much for coming by, Brandy. We appreciate you so very, very much. And hopping over from Apocalypse, we got Gio. I hope it's pronounced Ramos. That's how I would pronounce it. But thanks, Gio, for coming by. Good to see you guys. Hopefully we have some more people coming on here as the show goes on. But let's pull my notes back up here. All right, so Spark Notes. As you guys know, we always really want to grow this channel. We recently passed 100 subscribers. I'd like to see it hit 2 before the end of the summer. So let's get there. If anyone wants to help and support the channel, behind the scenes, my car just fell apart, so I'm getting to where I have to choose between a car and an apartment, and it's not good right now. But anyone wants to help support in whatever way you can, we do have our Streamlabs. We'll get the link posted up there in the chat and pinned. And your donations help immensely with just personal stuff, and also getting the channel, get all these fancy things. When I started, I couldn't afford to have all these cool banners and stuff. So that's all thanks to you guys and your support, and I appreciate that greatly. All right, are you guys ready to kick into topics?
Ready. All the topics. I got hands. Lighting with hands.
I'm way too excited about this. Ultra Fiesta is a monster that came out. It's part of the Zero brand. These are mango flavored. They came out in tall boys, with the resealable lids.
Mm-hmm.
It's good stuff right there. That is how I am both awake and not having a mental breakdown. So
I like the silver monsters with the. Is it a light blue M or is it silver too? I don't know. I just got a case of them. They're in my fridge. I need to get one. But I'm running with coffee this morning. I had to run out, get me some Dutchies.
Likewise, Bubba.
Yeah.
Some no sugar iced coffee. Let's do it.
Boba is good stuff. All right. So it's funny that you would think if I said, hey, what are you going to be more excited for? The first Shazam 2 teaser that releases that happens to be 17 seconds long, or set photos, I would be like, oh, the teaser. That wasn't the case this week. However, we did get both. Conveniently, very shortly after some set images leaked from Shazam 2 Fury of the Gods. David F. Sandberg did show off a little 17-second teaser to get us all pumped up for that film. And I just really want to run to you guys really quick and ask you what you thought of each. Chris, since you haven't been on here in a little while,
Sure.
Tell us your thoughts on. Let's see. Hang on. Well, let me bring it up really quick so everyone can look at it. If you haven't already seen it, this is what we're talking about here. This is Zack Levi looking a lot more or a lot less pillow padded than the last suit here.
Looking svelte.
Yeah.
Jack, dude.
And this I think actually shows off his actual size and the work that he's put in for the role more so than the other suit did. But I will say my piece shortly. Chris, what do you think of the costume and the funny little teaser?
So in regards to the set photos first, I mean, he looks zacked. You know what I mean? Like this man looks absolutely chiseled. Because the last time he was, he looked a little puffy, little puff boy, but it's okay. It's okay. It was still really fun. I really like Shazam. The first movie. Say what?
I said Puff Daddy Levi.
Yeah, Puff Daddy Chuck. Like I love the first movie. I thought it was a lot of fun. It gave me some hardcore Homecoming vibes. I think that's why I loved it so much. But the second one, I was always like, how are you gonna approach this? Especially since you're waiting a little bit to pump out a second one. I know COVID had a part, but in this photo, he looks pretty zacked. Like I'm rocking with this. I like the little baby bolt on the chest. I think that's cool. But I'm not gonna lie to you, I preferred the teaser. And like the teaser, because it's cool seeing the suit. I want to see the suit in its whole CGI to glory. And then we can properly pick it apart. But the teaser I thought was hilarious. It was like the cliched superhero, like, and then he's like, "What? Like, why is it so dark?"
That
the camera light, like, it was so
like
funny.
A poke at DC itself a little bit as well.
Right. It seemed self-referential, and I just found myself. I cracked the hell up watching that teaser. I watched it twice. I thought it was so good. You know, it was sweet. It gave off that vibe because Zack Levi was just a great choice to play this character.
It was one of those ones where if you gave me 10 choices of people to pick, Zachary Levi wouldn't have come to mind. But the second they chose him, I was like, that's better than anything I had.
Right. Like I don't remember who the conversation was about. Like hi Lauren. Like I don't remember.
Good morning.
Yeah, morning. Depending on where we're at.
Yeah.
But
it's true.
I remember the whole like who's gonna play Shazam, and I would have loved to see anybody or hear anybody be like, oh, I had Zack Levi from the jump in my Shazam casting pool. I had Zack Levi. I'm like, that's a lie. That's a bull-faced lie.
Oh yeah,
absolutely.
Go play the lottery if you had. Yeah,
go play the lottery.
Give me the lotto numbers.
If you heard that there's a Shazam movie coming out and you said, oh, Zack Levi is going to play like a superhero Billy Batson, like, shut up. No, you didn't. No, you didn't. Like,
show me the receipts.
Yeah, exactly. Show me the receipt. Show me a tweet. Show me a Facebook comment. I need the date. I need everything.
I got to bring up what Brandy put here because I feel a little attacked. So, I mean, we all looked at chiseled after quarantine, right? There was no other way to spend our time at all. I definitely did not put on 30 quarantine pounds. That's
it.
Brandy's been putting in work.
Yeah. Apparently, I feel out of the loop. So that ain't me though. That ain't me. I'm this is where I spend a lot of my time in quarantine at Mickey D's. Now, if you pick John Krasinski, they're the same person, so it counts.
Can I please have Zachary Levi and John Krasinski in a buddy cop movie or something along those lines?
They could play long lost brothers, like fraternal twins. They don't have to be identical twins, but they're definitely the same person for sure.
Yo, why haven't they done anything together? Why have they? I don't think they have.
I don't think they have either. Krasinski's had a limited foray into film. I guess same with Zach. Both of them kind of come from a TV background, but they both can lead a film. Absolutely.
Yeah. And Krasinski's Jack too. I don't know if you've seen Jack Ryan on Amazon.
You can tell in Quiet Place when he's just walking around his swagger. He's just like, he's got these big box build. Anyway, Sean, what did you think of the suit and of the little teaser?
I like the suit. I try to avoid in a sense like set photos, leak set photos, unless they pop. Like I'm not avoiding them. I'm just not clicking on them. But if they pop up, like I think I saw. I know the Real Rejects always put it in the kind of their screen art, when they're so I'll see it when I'm scrolling through YouTube, but I try to just avoid clicking on things to get too much out of it. But the teaser was great. And same thing, what you said, Chris, feels very much like Homecoming. You have this air of like innocence and like positivity about the movies. About Spider-Man's always such a positive character, barring the things that actually happen to him. But same thing with Shazam, because he's a teenager. He's in high school, or he's in high school. I was thinking middle school. No, they're not that young. But I like it. Yeah, Shazam's one of my favorite DC movies behind Man of Steel. It's probably number 2, maybe 3 behind Wonder Woman. But it's definitely I love the feel. It jumps you right back into the tone of the first movie. With that comedy, with the innocence. And I thought it would have been funny, or maybe it would have been a nice dig of like, oh, it's so dark. And then he like started to have his sparkle fingers pop on, or even like
light it up with that, or just
make the lightning glow on his chest or something like that. That would like, it's so dark in here. I need a light on. That would have been kind of funny.
Or if we saw like Shazam or something, that'd be cool.
Mike's saying set photos kind of suck on principle, but at the same time, I do really like the Shazam suit. And I feel like I find myself falling like Mike. In the middle. I'm a little bit with Sean, where like sometimes it'll be like, this chase scene has leaked or something. Somebody recorded it off a balcony or something. It's like if you zoom in, it's this. I'm like, miss me with all that.
Right.
But when I see an article that it's like first look at Shazam suit and Fury of the Gods, I was like, okay, like what's that gonna spoil for me? So I clicked on that and I looked at that, and I want to just for my own visual aid, because I'm a visual person, I want to bring it up again real quick so I can point out kind of what I want to comment. So some people that are not as in tuned with behind the scenes and Hollywood stuff are like, oh, they're going capeless. No, you can see he has his 2 cape holders on there. It looks like they are going to, much like Man of Steel, rely on doing CGI cape, which honestly I love, because the CGI manipulated cape has, at least in DC, looked very good. Whenever they've used it, and we think about in the first Shazam how he has his typical little cloak, his little really like pillowy cloak that he has on there. So I'm wondering if he's going to have more of a traditional full cape in this one, like to the ground cape, but like hopefully he still keeps the hood, because I feel like the hood, especially New 52, is one of the things that differentiates Black Adam and Shazam from other heroes.
I'd be willing to bet that those photos specifically were taken from an action scene they were filming. Versus if he's walking around on the street, he's going to have just the actual physical hood on.
That's how it was with when they filmed Man of Steel. There's certain shots where he's just like standing, or he's with Lois or whatever, and they just let him have his cape on. But anything involving action, you want the cape to behave exactly how you want it to. But I think it looks great, and my favorite thing obviously is that it seems like it's Zack. It doesn't feel like he's got an air pump in his suit. And then I like the textures. I like, if you see on here on the sides, you can see there's a darker shade of red. So there's more texture, there's more accents. It just overall looks much more like a superhero suit. So I feel like they're up in the budget, which is exciting.
And in regards to the whole set photo thing, I'm not a big fan of them either. Like when it comes to, like, I know when Spider-Man 3 was shooting, and I feel like every other week we're like, oh, look who's on set. It's like, don't show me. Don't show me. I don't want to see it. Like, I want to be surprised, because that's a part of the surprise, right? Like a suit look, I don't give a shit. I don't care. Well, pardon my French. I don't care. Right?
Do you remember how many leaks there was for Suicide Squad?
Right. And then look how that panned out, right? Yeah. So, like, I'm not the suit's cool, but if it's like, oh, Shazam Fury of the Gods, like Sam Jackson's on set. What's going on, Shug? What's up, brother?
We got Shug. Shug, I feel like that rarely ever makes this show. So thank you for joining us, Shug. It's nice to see you. I have to agree with Gio too. He says new suit, Lucy Liu, Helen Mirren. Suddenly I'm really looking forward to Shazam 2.
One huge nerdgasm over there at Fury of the Gods. It's gonna be awesome.
And Gio's saying that Zachary Levi took his training to another level after seeing Dwayne Johnson's social media pics. Yeah, I mean,
if you want to fight Black Adam, you need to get zacked, bro.
You can't look goofy. You can't look goofy
before he punctures a hole in your chest and you just deflate. Like, my man needs to be zacked.
I don't know the release dates too, but we've got to see some sort of scene between the two, right? Like a post-credit confrontation, because they are each other's natural enemies, right?
Right. I'm hoping
in
that
comics.
It's a post-credit scene for Black Adam, because I do believe we're getting Black Adam first.
Are we now?
Yes.
Well, now I gotta check.
I think we are getting Black Adam first, and they're treating Black Adam like an anti-hero in this universe. At least that's what the vibe is. They're not going to make him extremely villainous yet because it's Dwayne Johnson and he has to play some type of hero at some point. But over time, we're going to see them fight. We have to see them fight at some point. We have to.
According to the Google, July 29th, 2022 for Black Adam, and then June 2nd, 2023 for Shazam 2. So you're right. Yeah, Black Adam's a year apart. Yeah, about 11 months apart.
Weird that they both started filming, because Black Adam's been filming for a tiny bit, and Shazam just started filming. Interesting, they're so far apart. I hope they tighten that up. I think a lot of things just got thrown way out because they just didn't know what the world was going to be. So I'm hoping they can bring that back like 6 months, or something.
Right,
Mike, you might be right. I was purely going off of the top Google search results, so it could be very well.
Unfortunately, when you look at like release dates, especially right now, like I think right now you can look up Black Widow and it might still be wrong unless you like do like if you type in most recent into Google or something.
Right. Every release date is in flux right now because of COVID. So, take everything with a grain of salt.
I wouldn't be surprised if we see a lot of stuff move up because of what Sean was saying.
Gio, don't tease me. Don't tease me with more Henry Cavill Superman.
He loves the shirt. This is my official Flicking Real merchandise, the one and only, because I haven't had enough people say that they want one. So.
You got to open a merch store. You got to get a merch store, dude.
That's right. We got Wingblade with the Watch with Wingblade hat on. We got Chris repping McDonald's because that is his career goals. Appreciate it.
I have worked there before. I have worked at Mickey D's. I'm all about brand loyalty. That's what it is.
Let's bring up the next topic. This one's going to be just a little bit of conjecture and speculation, but we're going to bring up right here. So, guys, we are just 4 short days away from, I believe, the premiere of Loki. And it's just been kind of sneaking up on us, though, but they have been hammering us with TV spots, trailers, and things of that nature. I haven't watched the last several, but, occasionally it'll pop up on Instagram or something, and I'll catch some new snippets and stuff. I don't feel like they're really giving away too much. After the success, I'll say, of WandaVision and Falcon and Winter Soldier, I want to know what you guys are looking forward to about the show. If you're excited, are you going to be watching it at midnight? All that good stuff. Sean, we'll start with you this time.
Probably not going to be watching it at midnight, only because, and literally for the first time ever, this show has crossed boundaries. Last night, my wife was like, I want to watch that. And for Falcon Winter Soldier, for WandaVision, she couldn't care less. Like, she'll watch the movies with me if I drag her along, kind of thing.
Because
but she's
didn't
not
have Hiddlebay.
That's exactly it. She's like, oh, it's Hiddleston. Let me take a step back.
Listen, my fiance has a Tom Hiddleston pillow, so
Hiddlebay, I love that, dude. That's great.
That's perfect. So I probably won't be watching it midnight because I know she's not going to stay up. So we'll probably end up watching it Wednesday nights, and until recently, I thought I was going to have Saturdays off. I don't know. My schedule at work is in flux. We were going to do our shows on Saturdays. That might be up in the air now. So I have no idea when we're going to actually review it anymore for my own channel, not for yours.
We'll assume it'll be the day before the next episode.
Yeah, exactly. Yes. So Tuesday. We're going to wait till Tuesday night. Hey guys, get ready in 2 hours.
It's the warm up. It's the pregame.
Exactly. Yeah. That's how
it's like a recap. You know what you need to do?
It's not a bad idea.
Yeah, advertise it as your previous episode recap. And
exactly.
Recap the episode every week.
In the lead up to tomorrow's brand new episode.
It's the perfect lead-in show going into the next episode. Yes. Because you just watched it fresh and you're talking about it, having one more discourse about it, then bam, new episode.
There we go. You guys helped me out. Thank you.
There you go.
I want to bring this up because I want to talk to you guys about it too. It says, because Loki is airing in the middle of the week, I can't watch it immediately when it premieres, so I'll just do it Wednesday nights, which is fair. I think I'm going to do it because I just have no patience, and I also can't stay off social media. So despite working at 6 a.m, I'm going to do what I've done with every Marvel Disney Plus show. But why? Why Tuesday nights at midnight?
Right.
Why not Tuesday night at like 9 p.m. or Wednesday night at 9 p.m.? Like, what to them benefits? Is it to moderate traffic? Because you have like the diehards that you'll get out of the way that watch it at midnight. So that, because I feel like if you dropped it like 7 o'clock on any given day, it would crash every time.
And it did crash. WandaVision was crashing their servers at first.
It was.
And did we have that issue with Falcon Winter Soldier? I don't know.
Maybe episode 1, but I feel like they pretty much rectified that.
Yeah.
And I think that's the only thing I can think of. The only reason why you do that is to like split up viewership to keep the app from just falling to pieces. Do you guys have any speculations on why we're getting Tuesday night at midnight?
Well, I don't know if they explicitly said, but I mean, they were trying to make room for the Bad Batch, which is like 16 episodes long. So they've been airing now, 5 or 6 of them. They're still going for another 10 weeks on Friday morning. So they didn't want to drop both. I don't know if that hurt the viewership for Mighty Ducks per se, but it definitely probably didn't help. Are you going to watch Falcon Winter Soldier first or Game Changers? You kind of had to choose which one to hit first off. And often I'm sure it was Falcon Winter Soldier because we were watching them right away. So a Game Changers kind of got left in the wayside, at least in conversation wise. So maybe they're trying to just spread out Bad Batch and Loki for conversation for that, cultural zeitgeist of people doing review shows and stuff like that. Keeps the conversation.
I never used the term zeitgeist until Deadpool 2, but now it's one of my favorite words.
Zeitgeist is one hell of a word. Jesse, can you spell zeitgeist? Because Lord knows I can't.
I spell it by writing down Bill Skarsgård.
I was gonna say
there you go.
Skarsgård.
Close enough.
I can see it. ZIETGEIST.
I think that's it. I think you got it. Skarsgård, though.
IE and then EI.
There's like 4 A's in Skarsgård.
I'll tell you what, Sean,
don't ask me to pronounce.
I can't tell you about it, dude.
Benefit of the doubt. How do you spell the little circle that goes over the?
Over the what?
Is it the A or the R in Skarsgård? I just call it the little German dot.
The little German dot?
No.
I can spell a little German dot.
I know Marzonia has an Enya, right? Don't forget the Enya.
Yeah.
And then the little and symbol is an ampersand.
Mm-hmm.
And that's all I know. Don't ask. I'm not an English major.
Reeling it all the way back to Loki. Chris, what makes you anticipated or not anticipated? Do you not care about this show? Tell me your thoughts.
Brandy got it.
So when I woke up this morning and I was asked to come on Grammar and Views, I was just thinking about why I'm excited for Loki, and I'm not. I'm kidding. Thank you, Sean. No, I'm kidding. I'm over the moon for this show. Disney Plus is absolutely on fire right now. And to your points about why you move it to Wednesdays, was I complaining when it moved to Wednesdays? No, because that's one less thing I have to do on Fridays, for the love of God.
Mm-hmm.
But
that's true.
I do understand why you move it off because, and I will be that guy. Yes, you have Bad Batch going right now. Mighty Ducks just ended, and you have High School Musical, the series, all dumping on Fridays. Everything was dumping on Fridays, and yes, they eat away at each other in regards to social media conversation, and that's what drives these shows. That's why shows get picked up because we don't know how many views these shows are getting. We don't know. We have a guess, and they'll tell us a guesstimate, but social media interaction, and Brandy points it out in the chat. No one's talking about Bad Batch the way that we were talking about Mandalorian. And maybe that's because Mando was so like, but Bad Batch is more Star Wars animated stuff, and it's not as big and new as Mandalorian was.
I kind of wish they would have released this in what I call water cooler time, which is, I think, the same time as Game of Thrones, which is like in the evening of Sunday evenings. Because then you watch it, you go to bed, and then Monday through Friday at work, water cooler talk. The entire week going into the weekend, and then you're getting ready to watch it again.
And don't get me wrong, I am not looking forward to the whole discourse of, it gets spoiled for me again. I can't go to sleep on a Wednesday. It's going to get spoiled, because that's going to be me bitching about it after 3 weeks.
Mhm.
Like that will be me, because I'm going to fall asleep at midnight one night. I'm going to miss it because it's 2:00 in the morning for me here in the middle of the country. And I'm going to wake up and I'm going to go on Twitter. It's like, OMG, Chris Evans just showed up as Captain America. And I'm like, oh my God, like I'm going to lose my damn mind. But I'm over the moon for this show.
Loki's one of those shows that I was interested because of Hiddlebay, but now excited because of the marketing. I think the marketing has been a lot of fun. I like the energy. It looks like the most expensive show so far, because that looks like a lot of CGI backgrounds, a lot of cool sets and stuff. Whereas so much of WandaVision was just, in the suburbs pretty much. With a little
I didn't know what the show was until a couple of days ago, if I'm being frank with you, because I watched the first trailer, had no idea what the plot of the show is going to be. And then I think it was on TikTok, someone was talking about it. I'm like, wait, is that what this show's going to be about? Loki, and I forget, it's not the Loki that we had in Infinity War. It's the Loki from 2012 in the Avengers. Right. And it's a whole different character. That's a whole different character for Hiddlebay to play. He only played it for a couple years. And then he was
hashtag Hiddlebay. I'm so excited.
Hiddlebay's a move. Hiddlebay's a move as far as I'm concerned. But I'm looking forward to where the show's going to go and how and when in time this man is going to take, or where he's going to go. I know a lot of folks are speculating if Natasha Romanoff's going to pop up in this thing post Soulstone.
Are we getting Enchantress finally? Are we going to get the other forms of Loki? It seems like with all the different logos we have in like the title Loki, it hints that maybe we could get Kid Loki, or female Loki, and like some shape shifting. I feel like this is a really fun time to dive into maybe not just more Asgard lore, but just general, really weird, wacky Marvel stuff. And I love that some people are calling this Marvel's Doctor Who. And I'm like, if we can capture that energy with Tom Hiddleston, I think that would be incredible.
That's it. That's it right there.
They are very much seems like they're going down the route of, hey, you screwed up the timeline. You're going to fix the timeline.
Right. They're calling it a variant. And they're saying, like, if you don't fix this, all we got to do is erase you from history.
Yeah.
Which pressure.
Brings up the question of time travel rules. So I wonder if they're going to dive deeper into the rules they kind of set up in Endgame about multiple streams. Because every single thing you do sets up a different stream of time. So why not just jump back to the beginning and nick everything in the bud? But that would be a very short show. It'd be a 1 hour show or hour and a half movie. So if they're going to go for 6 episodes, there's obviously going to be other things that get involved in it that push it further.
The cameos are also something that's going to be fun to watch. Like, who is going to pop up in this thing? Because if we're going to be jumping around the Marvel timeline, are we going to see some? Yes, the Mephisto discourse will never end.
Yes. The clock, the little clock is Mephisto.
There's another cicada, and there's the cicada's Mephisto.
Correct me if I'm wrong. Isn't Richard E. Grant in this show?
Yes.
Mephisto. There we go. He's been cast.
Richard E. Grant's Mephisto confirmed on News and Views, bro.
On the News and Reels. That'll be the crossover episode we'll have. You got Schmo Me the Reel, and we're gonna have News and Reels or real views. Real views.
Real views. Real views is when we just talk about just life.
Yeah, that's right. That's true. That's just real talk, guys. Real talk.
Real talk.
Yeah,
real talk.
It's legit real talk. Yeah.
real envy.
I love what Kevin says here. Marvel's Rick and Morty. Like, am I right?
Didn't the writers of Rick and Morty aren't they a part of this?
I think you're right. Do we get
that makes sense. That sounds right.
Do we get any Szechuan sauce or whatever the
Szechuan sauce, bro? Yeah. The promotional sauce from 1998 to 1998, Mulan.
I gotta agree with Gio because he's more excited about who appears and what impact the show has on the MCU moving forward.
Everything means something, man. Everything means something.
I want to fight some people. Some people were saying that WandaVision had no ramifications. I was like, bitch, you lying.
Yeah.
Did you watch the show?
They have at least one writer from Rick and Morty who is also working on Doctor Strange, who is also somehow involved in Kevin Feige's Star Wars movie whenever that comes out.
So apparently,
according to the top article in Google, but
they're doing well. I think I may have heard that. So they're doing. I wonder if they're going to have any involvement in the Taika Star Wars movie. I'm really excited for this show. Of course, we will be watching it at midnight, but I am not someone that spoils things. I think the
Thank
you. The most extreme thing I do on Twitter sometimes is I'll just put like that episode and then eyeballs. Like, that's pretty much all I do.
There are some folks that live tweet the episode, and I don't understand that ideology. Granted, we can all do whatever we want. It doesn't matter. Yeah. Because at the end of the day, who cares? I can just not go on Twitter. But at the same time, why are you live tweeting new stuff at midnight?
Mm-hmm. One of my favorite things that I've heard is people say, when everyone's like, freedom of speech. It's like freedom of speech does not mean freedom to be an asshole. There's a difference.
Not freedom of consequence.
You know what? This is what I'm going to do, guys. I'm on July 9th when Black Widow comes out. I'm going to buy it on my damn TV. And I'm going to live tweet the whole movie because it's fair, right? It's fair. So I'm going to live tweet the whole damn thing.
Yeah.
Like, because some crazy stuff's going to happen in that end credit scene. Or
everyone's going to be bitching, and me and Sean are just going to be in the comments being like, #revenge tour.
Yeah, like it's because that's fair, right? It's fair. I can watch it on my TV. It came out that day, so I'm a live tweet Black Widow. Follow me on Twitter for my live tweeting of Black Widow on July 9th. Like, it's gonna be awesome.
And then you'll see #cancel Chris trending.
Right. I've already, and last night, I'm scared that some other folks in the space are going to get canceled because
not the one we deserve, but the one we need.
Yes.
Yo, okay, so apparently it's fair, and I do want to address this before we move on.
If you didn't watch Schmo Me the Reel last night,
we
decided to bring on our brown friend. Just go watch. Oh my god! Dude.
Go watch Schmo Me the Reel.
Don't cancel Buck. He's a good
guy.
Don't
cancel Buck. We pushed him to do it.
It was Suge's fault.
He didn't want to do it, so I'll be the first person to defend him. But Brandy, I saw your comment in the chat, something about a High School Musical, the series after show. I'm reviewing it on my podcast.
I was going to go back to it.
I was going to ask you guys, please.
Brandy is starting her own High School Musical, the show after show. Do it, Brandy. You have to be the one with Chris. Hop on Chris's show.
Yo, I do reviews on my podcast every week, Brandy. So if you want to be on my show to talk about it, by all means. We've done 2 of them, doing the 3 episodes, and it was a combined 3.5 hour discussion.
No. Later. This is where the party is. Find another time.
Stay here. That show already happened. It's there on YouTube forever. This is live. We're here real time.
And if it does ever go, I have it saved on my phone, so I'll send it to you, Cheryl.
If you guys thought that we were done talking about Disney Plus, I love that Disney Plus is getting so dense that we can have back-to-back stories, especially when I like Marvel. Before
you move on, what Gio said is like, more excited about who appears and how they tie into the rest of the universe. So I have a theory about I don't think in a way, I don't think anything that happens in this show is gonna matter. I think it'll all get wiped in the end, or it will set up kind of a backstory of.
Is this the last time we see Loki in the MCU, maybe?
I'm wondering if this show gives us an excuse for Loki to be reintroduced into the Thor franchise as a different Loki, and that's really going to trip up.
I think, crazy pants theory, and I want to put it out here now.
Tinfoil hat, get it ready.
The Loki that dies in Infinity War is this Loki, not the Loki from Ragnarok. So at the end of Ragnarok, Thor's talking. He's in his room, before he goes out and addresses his people on the ship, and he says, "Oh, I thought you would have taken off." And he throws him the thing, and he catches it. He goes, "Oh, you're here." So I'm thinking that this Loki goes through a transformation similar to what he did throughout the whole MCU.
That would be wild.
The actual Loki from the current MCU actually did take off. He dipped out with the Tesseract, maybe, or something else. He dipped. This Loki comes back to see his brother, ends up with him because he has the Tesseract, right? To make amends. And then he ends up on the ship and they get attacked by Thanos. So this Loki dies. And so the original Loki is still alive somewhere in the universe.
If that's true,
Venmo me.
I mean, we will see that character go through the same arc. We will.
Exactly. He'll end up going.
That's a fact.
I think he's going to jump through time and he's going to witness all the events that the other Loki went through, like his mother dying and all the other stuff that happened. Mm-hmm. And so he's going to kind of have a similar arc of redemption type of thing.
I can rock with that.
I want our
yes
over under over under 20% that it actually goes down like that. And I want you guys to put that in Streamlabs. What do you think of Sean's theory? Think how likely it is.
Over under of 20%.
Yeah.
Of like verbatim, word for word, what he said.
To just basically the core point, which is that the Infinity War Loki is the Loki from
the takeaway. The
takeaway, yeah.
Because I've heard that theory before of him going through a similar arc, like how the character went through the movies, which I'm totally rocking with.
Yeah.
And him watching, maybe he's gonna watch himself die in front of his brother, and he'd be like, well, damn, like I'm a jerk. Like, you know, like, and then have that similar arc. That'd be nuts. That would be one hell of a thing. I would love
if they go like forward or something and they see grown up. I'm forgetting what his name is, but he's a descendant of Reed Richards. Nathan?
Right.
Franklin.
Richards?
Nathaniel Franklin.
Franklin is.
Oh, you're talking about Kane.
Nathaniel Richards.
Yeah, Franklin is. Yeah, the son of Reed. I'm saying, but he's like a.
He is a time traveling timey-wimey villain, right?
Timey-wimey.
It's from what, 3000, the year 3000 or something. So he absolutely could pop back. I think, Monty could be absolutely correct. We could see bits and pieces of him screwing with the timeline to set him up then for his villain role in Ant-Man 3.
I think that would be.
I'd be shook if we see Jonathan Majors in this. I'll lose my damn mind.
I think a version of Kang, maybe not Jonathan Majors himself.
I really want to know who the hooded figure is that we occasionally see, like in the shadows of the trailer, like
Mephisto.
Walking through, like, yeah. There's like he's somewhere. It looks like a swamp that's like on fire or something. You see this guy with a hood walking through, and I'm like,
see, and I have no idea what you're talking about. I'm kind of glad I don't, because I've only seen
the first trailers.
Like I've seen it one time, and I thought I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna watch this thing regardless. So I'm just gonna avoid all the promotional stuff.
Pat brings up an interesting point.
Oh, I clicked on it too.
TVA do have a working relationship with Kang in the comics. Oh God, if we see Kang the Conqueror in this thing, or some version of Kang the Conqueror, that'd be one hell of a tease for Ant-Man 3. And they just started shooting. We're not gonna see that for a minute.
They could easily pull him into a side room. Hey, do this little bit. We're gonna toss you into the show. You know, like a post credit or something in the 5th episode, or this, or the finale or something like that.
Right.
I think WandaVision was 9 episodes, right?
9. Mm-hmm.
I like the 8 or 9, like Mandalorian, I think was 8. I think that's, for me, perfect digestible content. I liked how long the Falcon Winter Soldier episodes were. 6 feels like a hair short. If we could get to where we have like 8 to 9 hour long episodes, roughly, I think that would be the sweet spot for me. Because again, that's kind of like Game of Thrones. Game of Thrones was like 10 hour long episodes. And that is my favorite way to digest a season.
Yep.
I don't see these shows missing anytime soon.
Yeah. I'm so done with the 24 episode
I can't do it
CW show. I love Superman and Lois, but I'm done with Supergirl, with Flash, I can't. There's too much going on.
Official announcement. I have seen an episode and 5 minutes of Superman and Lois. I'm on my way.
I haven't seen a lick of it, and I heard nothing but good things.
Same here.
It's fantastic.
I do really like it. It's funny. Lauren was taunting me a little bit because she knows like just my Superman crush on Henry Cavill and how high of a regard I hold Man of Steel. And when we were about halfway through the episode, she's like, "Are you having that sense of how dare you stand where he stood?" And I was like, "No, I think Tyler Hoechlin is his own Superman in." And this is not me racking on like Zack Snyder or Man of Steel, but like a more comic booky Superman. I love what Man of Steel is, and I love Henry for that Superman. I think it's incredible. It's actually, I prefer that version, but this one is like a comic accurate Superman. It's weird to me that he doesn't have the Superman look, but he's acting the hell out of the role, and it kind of makes up for it. I was like, you're nailing the character. I just look at you and I think like, was that Teen Wolf or whatever that was?
Yeah, dude. Hell yeah, Teen Wolf reference on News and Views. Let's go.
Let's go. All right, guys.
One thing I do want to say about that real quick is that I haven't seen the show, but I've seen Tyler Hoechlin on Supergirl and stuff as Superman or in the crossovers, and he might be my favorite version of the character since Reeve, and that's come from a guy who loves Man of Steel. I love Henry Cavill's interpretation of the character, but Tyler Hoechlin, just something about him embodies more wholesome Superman than
they're two different ones. Like
and they're different characters, different versions of the same character.
It's whatever your flavor is. Like I don't think it's really fair to compare them because they're technically playing the same character, but it's like, what do you prefer? Do you prefer the like hopeful, optimistic, truth, justice, and the American way Superman, which is fine. That's why a lot of people, Christopher Reeve is like still their favorite. Or they really appreciate the Brandon Routh version. I liked the Superman that challenged what it means to be Superman. But even that, the show's kind of doing that too, with having him take on parenthood.
Yeah.
This wasn't even a topic, but we could talk about. I want to get more into the show so I can have full conversations.
Likewise. Yeah. I'll have to watch Jesse. I'll try to watch it too, and we can chat about it.
Yeah, we can be the ones that are like a month behind. It'll be
related to the party. Yeah.
Exactly.
Hey
so
guys,
watch the first episode.
I knew from the first 5 minutes exactly what Pat's saying. I knew from the first like 5 to 10 minutes, like it was a different feel of Superman.
I love the pace of the first 10 minutes. They're just like, here's all the story beats that everyone already knows. We're gonna catch you up with it. It's like bam, 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 new stuff.
Right.
So I like that.
They did it very well. Yeah.
I'm gonna have to watch this today. Jeez, I'm gonna have to pop up the first episode.
Do that. All right, guys. So let me bring up the image here for our next topic.
Talk about Teen Wolf, right?
Teen Wolf.
Yeah, we're going to be talking about Teen Wolf for the next
Teen Wolf retrospective for a show that ended 5 years ago.
Or we can talk about the movie. We can talk about the movie too.
Yes.
All right. This is not official artwork or anything. It is kind of, there's a banner that came out and somebody customized it, but we are getting Marvel What If.
Ooh,
yeah, cool. all these I believe all this pictures and stuff is actually What If art, but somebody built it into a cool little poster, which I
love
like.
The style of this artwork.
It's really cool.
It's very interesting. It's very unique. It is confirmed now that this is going to be coming out in August, which is much sooner than I thought it would, because I thought this movie kept getting pushed and that it was way out. So it means they're clearly farther along than I thought. Take a quick look at the characters there. We have Peggy Carter as Captain Britain. We have a Wakandan Star-Lord. I see Black Widow in the corner. Thor, the Watcher, who, correct me if I'm wrong, is that Brian Tyree Henry?
Jeffrey Wright.
Jeffrey Wright.
That's Commissioner
right.
Gordon. Yeah.
Yes. Gordon. I was like, wait, isn't Brian already in Eternals? Correct. Jeffrey Wright, which beautiful. Doctor Strange, Killmonger, and Gamora. Just a little taste of what we're going to see in there. I'm really looking forward to the show. I think the other banner that this originally came from also had Zombie Cap in there.
Yes.
So I think this is the best way that we can do a Marvel zombie storyline, because we're never going to see that in live action.
No, it'd be too far. Happen. It would be such a divergent from the storyline, the overarching story of the MCU. But this is the perfect medium to do it in too. And
this is a show that can go on forever. Like you could have like 10 seasons of Marvel's What If. And I really hope they do. I hope it's well received, because it's a lot of fun and there's a lot of stories that just don't gel well with like a cinematic universe that you could do in a one-off episode. Since they're requiring X-Men, maybe they could do like an Old Man Logan proper in a What If storyline or something like that. I think there's a lot of cool things to do there.
I was reading on the article you sent, comicmovie.com, and it said that both What If and Loki are set as season 1 in their like title descriptions or whatever.
That's true.
So it very much leaves that, they obviously did that for a reason, versus I'm guessing WandaVision and Falcon Winter Soldier weren't by the
because Falcon Winter Soldier is leading into what we now know to be Captain America 4, and WandaVision's obviously leading into Doctor Strange. So it makes sense that you wouldn't really have a season 2. Loki, as far as we know, does not have immediate cinematic plans. They did say Multiverse of Madness,
except for my theory.
Yes, except for your theory, which we are.
Your theory implies that it's only one season then.
It could be. Or the other Loki comes in for the second season.
Sean.
There's some people that were speculating that Richard E. Grant is an older Loki from a different timeline.
Ooh, shiitake mushrooms. Yeah.
And I was like, I like that. I think that he could play a really old Tom Hiddleston. Sorry, I shouldn't say really old. That is, if Richard's watching this, I apologize.
Richard E. Grant is one good-looking man for his age.
Send this to his reps.
Right.
Yeah, it's.
I've lost Parker.
Oh, damn. But in regards to What If, Teen Wolf is a character that in a movie that I truly think needs to be part of this show. Scott Howard is one hell of a basketball player, and we need to see that in the cinematic universe. Kidding. No, What If is
what if
show...
Teen Wolf is part of the Marvel cinematic universe?
It'll be Chadwick's last time as T'Challa. Yes, right?
Yeah, he's voicing Star-Lord, T'Challa's version of Star-Lord, yep.
Which is going to be so damn cool to see. What if we can get weird in this? We can get so weird in this.
Yes, tell me that means we get a shared scene between Michael Rooker and Chadwick Boseman. Because that is some energy I'm dying to witness.
Some like fatherly, sonly love between Yondu and T'Challa. Like that'd be raw. That'd be pretty cool.
And I think Rooker was confirmed in it, right? He's going to be playing.
Yeah, it's like, so many people are coming back. What's interesting to me is they show Killmonger in the poster, which makes me wonder: is this? I know that these are all like alternate stories, but is this What If universe all the same universe, or is each episode going to be different?
Right.
If T'Challa gets taken from Wakanda, they need like a new Prince of Wakanda.
Mm-hmm. Because it would have happened when he was a kid.
Eric,
yeah.
It would have happened when he was younger.
So if it's all the same, I was under the impression that this show was one-off stories,
like anthology stories.
Killmonger's the only thing that gave me pause. I'm like, what's the Killmonger story going to be? But it could be that T'Challa was taken.
Did we just see an image of Eric, or was it Killmonger?
Well,
did it confirm his name?
It doesn't. And it looks.
Oh
like,
yeah.
To me, that looks very much like the Killmonger outfit.
Yeah, for sure.
That we saw. Yeah. So I'm not sure. That we look. Black Widow looks normal. Gamora looks normal. Eric looks normal. And so does Doctor Strange. So I don't know what their stories are going to be.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm very excited for it.
I know the What If comic books. I don't think those stories are connected. They were just one-offs, right?
Right. Yeah.
So that's where I think I get that thought process from. It'd be interesting to see if they were all the same universe, but at the same time, I'm thinking like the Watcher's gonna be like, oh, what if Captain America wasn't Captain America? And then it's gonna be this whole separate thing. Or what if T'Challa got picked up by the Guardians of the Galaxy, whatever the hell. So I thought it was gonna be different.
They can't be narrated by Stan Lee, because I think that would have been the best way to do it. Just give them like a paragraph at the beginning of every episode. That would have been.
Maybe they have a bunch of archived stuff.
That's right.
Maybe they had him do some stuff before he passed. Because I know Marvel's out here like, hey, yo, Stan, come out here for a day, do some stuff, we'll fly you out.
This is the point for me. I don't think it can be all connected, because we have Skinny Steve, Iron Man for episode 1, but Zombie Cap is also Soldier Steve, which interesting thing that I read is they're hinting at that the Iron Man like Mark 1 type suit that Steve's in for the Peggy Carter episode is powered by the Tesseract instead of an arc reactor.
Ooh,
interesting.
This show's gonna be so weird. It's gonna be so weird, and I can't wait for it. Because we're gonna come on here talk about the individual story, and then it's like next week it'll probably have nothing to do with what we just talked about.
Yeah, and we can compare each story or like incarnation of these characters. I think it'll be a lot of fun. I think What If is gonna be like a nice palate cleanser.
Yes.
And then we'll get into like Miss Marvel and She-Hulk and Moon Knight.
Hawkeye.
Yeah.
Don't sleep on Hawkeye. Don't sleep.
I won't. I'm so excited for Kate Bishop. I got a comment on this. Cheryl says, but does he have all the scars? You just want to see him shirtless to make that.
I'm sure we'll find out.
Analyzation.
I mean, Cheryl, you have every reason to think that, and I agree with you. But
wasn't he voted like sexiest man alive one of those years?
He's the sexiest man alive, regardless of who people tells you is the sexiest man alive, as far as I'm concerned. Because, like, come on, man. Like, they put all them things on my man just so we can have him shirtless.
If I could get Dan Merle on here to talk What If, that would be big goals. So if anyone feels like reaching out to Dan Merle and tell him like, hey, the Jackal Jesse Swift would love to have you talk What If.
Hey, you know that other Schmodown competitor?
Yeah, the one that released a Superman the Movie podcast immediately after my match. Like that.
So he obviously knows who you are. Just shoot him a DM.
I'm sure that was planned. I'm sure that was planned.
It must have been. If it wasn't, it was a happy coincidence, and somebody told him about it. Somebody had to have told him.
Well, we can't talk about Hawkeye without talking about Matt Fraction, which is I have a list of comics that I haven't read that are on like my top 10 list. of things I want to order, and Matt Fraction's Hawkeye is definitely up there. And you can
I'm
see
so stoked for Hawkeye. So stoked.
The Hawkeye logo is clearly based off that comic.
1,000. They might have said that at whatever convention it was too.
I know nothing about comics. I didn't grow up reading comics. I grew up in the 90s watching the cartoons, Spider-Man, X-Men, etc.
Great way to start.
Just to give him a shout out to Pat does fantastic breakdown videos of like where are these characters from, their backstories and stuff like that, using a lot of comics influence and stuff. So always check out his channel. And like I know nothing about King Loki, if that is part of the what if storyline or anything like that, but check him out.
I think he might be referencing that Richard E. Grant could possibly be King Loki.
Oh, right.
Ooh, word. But right. What if's going to be so interesting. I want it because again, I don't know where I'm getting this information from, but I thought they were going to do a what if for each flick, for each movie. At least there's going to be one that correspond with each movie. Will they do Spider-Man? Where's Iron Man and Robert Downey Jr. going to play a part? Because he voiced some stuff. Like Robert Downey Jr. is one of the initial. Chris Evans, same thing. Like I want to see how they do this.
You know, the first season's not going to be 20 episodes long, so they'll probably have to pick and choose. But like, it'd be cool if they did Phase, but then Guardians is not Phase 1, so I'm not sure exactly how they're breaking this up.
They'll probably just jump around the universe. It's going to be interesting as hell to watch. There's so much Marvel TV this year. Like we just talked about Hawkeye and Miss Marvel and look at this. She-Hulk.
We get Loki in June, Black Widow in July, and then August we get What If. September we get Shang-Chi.
October probably be Hawkeye or something, or Miss Marvel.
Maybe. Then November is Eternals.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so we're just
Spider-Man's December.
We had we just had this horrible Marvel drought, and now we're gonna go from drought to drowning. Yeah, I'm so excited for it.
We're gonna have a conversation in like September. I'm like, is this too much? We're gonna be crying because we've just been ingesting Marvel. Like, and DC's over here like, hey guys, we have a Batman movie coming. We have the Suicide Squad. Yeah.
And to answer that very specific question, no, because if you can go with like Game of Thrones 10 episodes, right? Usually an hour. If you can go for any network TV show, This Is Us to the CW shows to Law and Order to NCIS, whatever it is, 20 episodes long, you can handle 6 to 7 to 8 pieces of Marvel content, you know, with overarching stories. They're all an hour and a half to 2.5 hours. You can digest that and you can break it down. And as long as you give a few weeks in between, you know, you give a month or two in between, like you can easily, you make, I think because they're going to streaming quicker too, it's probably better to put it out because that, the word again, that cultural zeitgeist, the conversation about each item is going to fade off quicker because you have so much content coming out, and not just Marvel. Every movie, TV show, this, that, the other got pushed back because of COVID. Right. So we're getting so much new stuff coming out every single week. And if you pay attention to Netflix, like they're putting out a brand new movie every single week. Mm-hmm. You can't watch it all. You just don't have the time
because they won't advertise it themselves.
Yeah, exactly. I literally don't know anything's coming on Netflix. You don't, other than Stranger Things, like they don't advertise for anything.
Oh, and don't get me wrong. I am not going to get tired of this Marvel stuff. No, I can talk about Marvel all damn day for every day of my life. But I'm just saying,
I think as long as
you're going to see that YouTube video, Marvel fatigue, we're going to see that at some point.
If you got 2 to 4 weeks between content, I'm good.
Yeah.
Like I think I will get overwhelmed if it's like, you know, Loki ends this date. The next week, the next show. I'm like, no, let's marinate in it for a little bit. Let's hang out. Yeah.
Let's pump the brakes.
I don't need months between. I really do. Like, I would like 2 weeks. 2 weeks palate cleanser, prepare, get hyped again. Let's go.
Right.
So as long as they keep, you know, bare minimum of that and we're not bumping things like week to week, I'm good. It's hard to get me fatigued.
Facts, baby.
Big facts. All right, so let's move on to our final topic. Oh, DCB, like you guys still like Batman and Superman, right? We put 2 Batman in
two Batman. 2 of them.
2.
Yeah, it is 2, huh? For some reason I was thinking 3, but it's just 2. Yeah. Ben and Michael.
Yeah.
And I know Chris saw that image of the Michael Keaton batsuit with a little drop of blood on it.
A little jelly. My man Michael's like, oh no, I got jelly on my suit.
He's eating. No,
and then he was scared. He's like, wait, for the Instagram, for the IG,
exactly.
bro.
They were on lunch break, and he's like, wait, this is perfect. Stay right there. Let me get my phone out.
It's like that's
we're all expecting this epic reintroduction to Michael Keaton's Batman, and he's in the cave with a peanut butter and jelly sandwich, just like beer gut, just like sitting in this, just like.
My man Michael Keaton's about to get. He has to get Zacked too. You know, my man just probably is just Zacked 24/7.
I feel like you put Michael Keaton in that suit, and Michael Keaton's like never been fat, right? He's never been like a big bloated guy, so I'm pretty sure you throw that bat suit on him and he'll look fine.
Yeah, well, yeah,
because he was never jacked.
Correct.
He's gonna want to get nuts, and we're gonna watch that damn movie, and it's gonna be absolutely. I know we're not here to talk about that, but just that one photo, it's gotta be super hyped to see him again. I was excited before. I am hyped to see
for this reason. I need you guys, or maybe I'll go down there. We all need to go to the theater together for The Flash, just so when Michael Keaton shows up, we can all just shout, "Let's get nuts!
Let's get nuts!" We'll make that happen. What was it, 2023? We'll talk before then.
We got time before the movie comes out.
We got some time.
We'll organize a play date.
We'll make a ticket fundraiser so we can all go together and see it together. Yeah. Okay, so for try number 5, I'm going to try to pass us into the next and final topic of the show today, which is it's just been a Marvel day. I mean, we did have some Shazam in here, but. Thor: Love and Thunder. We got this great wrap image of Taika Waititi and Chris Hemsworth putting their casual pouty faces on. And Chris Hemsworth looks ridiculous. Like, absolutely. We were talking about, like, injecting air into Zack Levi's suit. It looks like somebody just pumped his muscles up. Just a monster. So clearly, even if we start with chunky Thorbowski, we're not going to have him for long. And this is just a miniaturized image, but in the full image, you can see that the Korg head is sitting above Taika. And I love that. Like, I'm sure that this costume here, like the little rock leotard, is not necessary for reference.
Oh, it's extremely unnecessary.
It's so necessary, super necessary.
I want to tell myself that is a conscious choice by Taika and like a suit that he had put together just so he could feel like Korg throughout the movie.
Oh, he made it. He made it himself just so he can do it. Yeah.
He had the rock printed on his shirt.
Right. Well, when he's not hanging out with Tessa Thompson and Rita Ora, he's just like stitching together his little Korg outfit.
Spicy.
Like that's what's up. But to that photo, right? First of all, Thor: Love and Thunder is a movie that I didn't think we needed, but Lord knows I'm excited to see it. Like Ragnarok changed the game for I think how Marvel movies should approach being a Marvel movie, because that was just like one big meme the whole time with the narrative. Like we're joking around, we're improvising throughout the entire thing, and Taika Waititi doesn't give a shit about what else is going on in the universe until he needs to. And then Chris Hemsbay is out here showing up on set like freaking he looks like Korg straight up.
You have to admit that Hemsbay does not sound quite as good as Hiddlebay.
No, Hiddlebay is where the money's at. That's where the money's at. But no, I'm so excited for this movie. Seeing Natalie Portman come back as Jane Foster, something I thought we would never see again. I know we all popped when we saw her in Endgame. We're like, oh, but just the archive footage, I guess it counts.
Yeah, but I think they had her come in and do like an ADR of a line or something.
Right. But seeing her pop up as Jane Foster again and wielding some hammers, bro, that's where the party's at.
That, and we got official confirmation that Christian Bale is playing the God Butcher, which is very exciting. And then if you guys saw, someone was talking about I think it was a radio interview or something with freaking Gladiator.
Russell Crowe.
Thank you. Russell Crowe's going to be Zeus.
He just let that drop. He just like, yes.
Oh, he said it on a podcast, I think.
Yeah.
Everyone knows this, right?
Yeah. I love that. I love that they're just going to open the floodgates of the gods. And I'm like, does that mean that we can get Hercules now?
Hercules.
There is
a Hercules in the Marvel, right?
There is a Marvel Hercules.
He kicks ass.
I love what Garth says here. And welcome to the show, Garth McMurray. Ragnarok was a love letter to Flash Gordon, and in this, Thor is rocking a white tank top like Flash Gordon. That's
Thor.
I wore a tank top because this is the same, right? Same as Thor. Let me get my arm.
Yeah.
I'm the same, right?
Sean's going to the Chris Hemsworth school of working out.
I look identical, right?
Yeah.
Sean and Chris Hemsworth just work out together, like casually.
I'm a stunt double.
Well, actually,
you guys didn't know.
Let's get back to that.
Sean Wingblade has also portrayed Thor. So.
Oh, see?
Yes, I have. That's what I was just staring at my phone for. I was trying to find the picture.
Oh yeah, please find the picture and get it in here.
I don't have it anymore.
I'm very excited for. I almost said for the show, for this movie. What Taika did with Ragnarok was something we'd never seen in the MCU. It's a lot of people's favorite Marvel movie, if not favorite, like top 5 for sure.
For good reason.
It's just a lot. Hela was great, and what I love about Ragnarok is Taika does an incredible job of blending emotions. If anyone has seen Jojo Rabbit, you don't know scene to scene whether you are going to laugh or cry. And if you've seen it, all I have to say is the shoe scene, and it's just like you're wrecked. And I saw some people criticizing Ragnarok for being too goofy, and I was like, do you realize that until Infinity War happened, like the next year, or that Ragnarok's honestly the darkest Marvel movie up until that point. He loses Asgard.
Mm-hmm.
He loses his father. We get the shadow of like Thanos, and like bad crap keeps happening. He loses his eye, and like the loss of Asgard is huge. You can't downplay that.
Mm-hmm.
But you're also laughing through the whole movie, and I think Taika's one of the only people that can balance and like weave those themes together as well as he does.
I used to be one of those people. I used to be like, this movie is too funny. It's too comical. And then I rewatched it recently. And I mean, it was probably like a year ago, but still recent enough. And I'm like, yo, this movie's really damn good. Like, I don't know why I was such a jerk about it. And what Taika did is like, oh, it's like, y'all like that Guardians movie? I'm going to take that, put Thor in that, stir it up, and make a top 5 Marvel flick in my first go.
I have a hot take. I prefer Taika's comedic sensibilities to James Gunn's. That's not me crapping on James Gunn.
Is that a hot take? Because I halfway agree with you.
It might be. I don't know. Because I just feel like Guardians.
Tweet it out and see what happens.
Yeah,
that's always the good for
tweet
checking
it out.
the
Tweet it out and tag them both.
Yeah.
Yes. Put like a hashtag so more people can see it.
I'm gonna make it hyper aggressive too.
Yeah.
Like I find Taika immensely funnier than James Gunn.
I'm
Don't at me, but at me.
I'm gonna interrupt your hot take and say Thor is my favorite MCU character, and I once portrayed Thor.
There it is.
Whoa!
There it is.
There's the image.
I'm so glad you found that.
I had to go screen cap the video real quick and send it to you.
That's awesome.
It is. Yeah.
I love that. Oh my god.
I'm disappointed you did not dye your eyebrows though. Or like cut out some little yellow pieces of construction paper. And
I should have went all out. The wig was very blonde, and the way I wore it, it was interesting.
Fantastic.
That's nuts.
I'm really excited for this. I mean, there's so many characters that they're bringing in, and I've been waiting for the longest time to see. I almost said Buffalo Bill. Beta Ray Bill.
There you go. Mm-hmm. Buffalo Bill would be a whole different movie.
That's Thor 5. That's Thor 5. I actually think that they should call Thor 5 Crocodile Thundy. I'll be here all day. Thank you.
So, actually, and another thing,
we're about to wrap up.
Just DM for more puns.
Another thing to mention real quick is that we're going to see some Guardians of the Galaxy in this.
Uh-huh.
So we're going to see, I think Nebula and Star-Lord are going to make appearances because Thor may be in Guardians 3. We'll see. But Thor: Love and Thunder, out of everything we have announced, I always forget about Thor: Love and Thunder because I'm really looking forward to this, and I may always forget about it. But low key, it's pun intended. It might be at the top, one of the top things I meant or that I'm looking forward to. Yes,
you got Chris scared.
Oh, this picture?
Yeah.
He's like, how dare he? And he has, he wanted to lift so his arms are as big as your chest. Like it's just
I can't lose this role.
You're gonna recast it.
The competition is real.
Thor: Love and Thunder is gonna be a jam. I can't wait. It's gonna be great.
I can't wait for the soundtrack.
Yeah. What's the next like immigrant song? Like, because now that song's gonna be with Thor Ragnarok for the rest of the time.
It hits perfectly the way the movies, and I like what Pat said too. Like I liked the way when Thor got his mojo back in Endgame, he didn't immediately just cut to the Thor that we know and love.
Like he's like super jacked.
Yeah, he was still a chubby dude, and I appreciate that as a chubby dude.
Chunky Viking Thor is a mood.
Yes.
And I think it's a good look on him. He's just like thick, bulky, and he just looks like a stretched out Gimli. I'm like, yeah, let's go.
Mm-hmm.
Like, let's do it.
I love how his beard just auto braided. Yes. Right. As soon as the lightning hit, that was like my favorite part.
That's pretty, and it's all like super serious. Like Thanos is there, and he's like braid my hair. Yeah.
Listen, nobody ever wants to smack talk the fact that his like whole suit just gets like created whenever his hammer comes. But they're like, wait, but he can braid his beard. I'm like, yeah,
the whole suit magic, was materialized.
It's magic.
It's the god magic.
I think he's gone through more looks because Ragnarok he had like the short hair, which I'm glad they went back to the long. Once he got chunky and grew his hair out again, I was like, chunky Thor with longer hair looks more Thor to me than buff Thor with short hair.
Mm-hmm.
So
and I think that was something Chris might have mentioned in probably like a late night interview. Like he hated the wig that they had for the first two movies. So and the Avengers. So I think he wanted the short hair. And they filmed even though Ragnarok came out first, they filmed Infinity War first.
Oh.
And it in the order, and because they filmed Infinity War and Endgame
right here. So if it looks like I'm looking at something, for anyone when I'm getting Schmodown questions in the MCU, don't tell anybody that. I'm just like,
it's like Infinity War. Okay,
is it Denai Guerrera?
And it's like, oh, speaking of posters, it's kind of off screen. Has nothing to do with what we're talking about. I recently bought a teaser poster that was as advertised from the theater. It's the teaser poster for Batman Forever.
Okay.
Oh my gosh.
It's a question mark with the bat logo in it, and it says like June 17th. And I saw it at one of those geeky stores I have in Oklahoma City, and it's like, yo, I gotta get this. It was $10, and it's massive, and I couldn't.
Nice. Oh, I would have got that. Intruder alert! Shut up.
My wife used to work in movie theaters, so we would get some of the posters whenever they would take them down out of the marquees when they had them up. So I have so many of those. And then and I had, before we moved into our house, I don't have them up anymore. I used to have every UFC poster from my work would like do the marketing and stuff for local UFC events. So I had every single from like UFC like 44 all the way through like 100. I had all the posters.
Damn.
I got rid of them a while ago.
Oh,
it was cool though. I didn't have room to put them all up. I just had them coiled in the room in the corner.
I gotta hang up all my stuff so I can flex on my posters like Jesse when he's cheating in this mode. I'm just like,
I mean, there's only 2 full-size posters. In
MCU category?
Right,
is it an Infinity War question?
It's Raiders right here and Infinity War right here. So, I'm waiting for everyone to go all John Roca on me the second I go.
No.
How many times has Roca turned around and be like, I have that DVD book right here?
Yeah. And they're all like, wait a minute, get him.
I don't know what you're talking about. This green encompasses my entire over the computer. There's nothing here.
Jesse's outside right now, guys. Like he's not even inside. He's in his little tent.
Maybe his internet's been working great. He's outside by his router.
Sean, I'm glad we're almost over because it's going to take a giant dump the second
you mentioned it, and now it's just going to go to shit.
And guys, we're set.
It's like, oh no.
Dude, okay, I gotta be honest. I was looking away for a second and I heard you freeze and I went, what?
No. Jesse will wear mirrored shades to give it away.
Yep.
Dang, you that must be some bright ass posters if they can get caught up in the shades. Look up, Jesse, look up. What's he looking at? What's he looking at right there?
What's this? This is
definitely see 2 posters there.
You can't even tell what they are, though. If you didn't tell me what they were, I wouldn't be able to.
Yeah. Do I have another tab open?
Can't see that close.
That's
Let's go full screen with this image. There we go.
I'm glad that I don't have like nearly the viewership of any of the bigger channels, because this would get back to somebody at some point, I'm sure.
It lives on the internet.
somebody will find it.
Yeah, someday I'll have like, I don't know, 100,000 subscribers, and somebody will send this to Roka, and then it'll start coming from my chat.
Yeah, it's like, wait a minute. Enhance. Enhance.
Jarvis, enhance that image.
But speaking of Schmodown, someone book Jesse another match for love of God. I'm not in the know. I don't know. I'm just a fan.
I'm gonna give you a big one of these.
Book it.
Yeah, I'm just a fan. Yes, someone give my man a match. Someone get my man a match for the love of God.
So
stay ready, so you don't have to get ready.
Damn right. Exactly. Stay ready, big boy. Swifty.
There's been talks. There's been discussions. I went from having one potential match before a potential tournament for a potential division to possibly 2 potential matches before that potential tournament. So keep your eyes and ears peeled.
My man bests Dan Murr on the free for all. Now he's hot shit.
Dan, if I beat you in your first Inner Geekdom match, you have to come on my What If reviews.
Let's not forget. Yes. Yes to that.
Yes.
Let's not forget who else I bested in the free for all. Saul. So you heard it here first. Out of the IG competitors, nobody was looking too hot. One of us lasted more than a round. What's up?
Yo, so Saul's facing Alba, right? And then every Monday on Spin from the Real, Saul and Jesse, they end up facing each other. Like, and it's just in our chat. And I always feel so bad because Jesse's like, I came to say hi, and Saul's like, Jesse, that smug son of a gun. And I'm like, oh, wait a minute. Like, no, Saul, stop.
Listen, I think the first time I came on, I was ready for the heat, and I just started like throwing it back. And then the last one, I was just like, Saul's dropped on his beard as a kid, and then I like dipped out. I was like,
I texted you that afterwards. I saw it on the replay. I was like, oh my God.
Yes. So I mean, Saul hates me, like, for whatever. I don't know what I did to Saul, but he just hates my guy.
Saul
if you guys can talk to him,
everyone.
We need to have a collision on here, and we're just gonna have the Saul show versus the Swift show.
Uh-oh.
No, it's gonna be see, people love Saul. It's great. I really like Saul. I think he's a cool dude, and he's a great IG competitor. But I have 2 strikes against Saul. Well, he has 2 strikes on me, I guess, for whatever reason.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what I did to him. I'm here.
You must have really messed up, because I haven't heard a single strike against him.
I picked him in the match. We do predictions on our show. I picked him to beat Humphrey, and he's on my fantasy team. I have Saul on my Schmodown fantasy team. It's like, yo, like I hope I think I like you enough to have you on my team. I think you're going to be good. He's obviously really damn good.
Anyway, this has been a review of the season of Saul.
Yes.
That'd be. You guys want to see me in singles?
Jesse,
is she in singles?
Jesse, I love to see you in Star Wars.
FCL maybe. Mm-hmm. But even then, I've been watching a couple of the recent matches. The questions are they're uptaking a bit, so I love to see it.
That's the expected.
Well, yeah, I'm sure. Yeah, luckily everyone here is pretty much in the Schmodown community, so they know what we're talking about. I'm always worried I'm going to get a larger viewership, and there's going to be people coming on and be like, "I want to talk Shazam," and I'll be like, "So freaking that Inner Geekdom match, man."
How many volts did R2D2 shock that stormtrooper with in The Empire Strikes Back?
Right.
Give me the voltage of his little shock.
And
D23.
Thomas Harper's like, he's out here writing down the answer.
It was 50,000 volts.
Big eyes.
Next question.
Fun show, guys. Also, Spidey No Way Home trailer around the corner, possibly next week.
Yes, hopefully. I'm down for that.
I saw someone, apparently there's footage around the internet. Be cautious, y'all. Be cautious.
Ooh, Garth with the hot takes. Who killed Obi-Wan Kenobi? Trick question. It was voluntary.
He just let go.
He killed himself.
He became
he
one
succumbed
with the
to the Force. Yeah.
Yes.
Challenge.
Yeah.
Yes.
Perfect timing, Gio, because I think the show's over.
Yes, it is. All right, guys. So let's do this. Let's let you guys bring up where the people can find you if they don't already know. We'll start with Mr. Chris Anthony Lopez.
Yes. You can find me on Twitter at down here. I can just tell you it's the letter C Anthony Lopez I do all my crazy stuff on Twitter. I talk about movies, sports, all that jazz. You can find me on WAT, W-A-T, Real Entertainment, Real with 2 E's. Brandy just put the link in the chat. Thank you so much, Brandy. I am there every Monday, 8 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. Central for Spin from the Real, a Schmodown reaction show. And on Fridays, 6 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Central for Wrestle Real, my pro wrestling podcast on there. And more to come. We have more fun announcements over the next couple of weeks. We have our 250th subscriber hangout special type thing going down next Saturday at 9:30 Eastern, 8:30 Central, I believe. So that's going down next week. We're celebrating 250 subs. It doesn't sound like a lot, but to me it is, and to all of us it is. Yep.
I'll be trying to make it on there. BT does.
Yeah, please. And we're going to be inviting a bunch of folks. So Sean, expect a DM if you already haven't gotten one. But it's going to be a good time. And you can find my podcast, my personal podcast away from YouTube. It's called For Chris's Sake, FORCHRIS''SAKE. That's where I do my High School Musical, the series reviews. Expect one this Monday about Lord knows what. It's a variety podcast. It's literally everything that's not Schmodown or wrestling. It's what I want it to be.
Tweet it out here.
Yeah, and I'll tweet it out at C Anthony Lopez. So just follow me there. Thanks, guys. This is fun.
And Mr. Sean, where can people find you?
Hey, I put it down as my name. Watching with Wingblade on YouTube and Twitch. On YouTube, we just started building, growing. Hopefully, we started with Falcon and Winter Soldier reviews. I did a Mortal Kombat review. I just started posting some gameplay stuff of Immortals: Phoenix Rising. The 3rd episode is actually dropping today at around noon. So they're about a half an hour each. Basically, just a playthrough of the game. So if you enjoy gaming similar to Twitch, you can watch those. I'd appreciate the love. Or check me out on Twitch when I actually go live and kind of record that kind of stuff. Otherwise, hit me up on Twitter. Easy enough, at Sean Wingblade. Brandy with all the links in the chat. Appreciate Brandy. And we will be going with Loki reviews as well. Myself and my partner Jermaine. And I have no idea when, because I might not be free on Saturdays anymore, which is when we're going to do things. So we'll see. It's up in the air. Follow me on Twitter. We'll figure it out.
All right.
Yes.
So, as you guys know, you can find me at Jesse Swift on Twitter, and obviously here at the Flick and Reel Fancast at least once a week. But starting next week, it'll be 2 to 3 times a week because we have our main Saturday show, News and Views. We will also on Thursday evenings be having our Loki review show. And every other Saturday, as you might have seen last Saturday, we will be doing our new show that I'm very excited about, that I love very much. Sean was on the last episode, and that is Shark Jumpers, where we talk about movies, shows, careers, and various other things, maybe video games that have jumped the shark, meaning that maybe we were following it. It was a great idea, and then it just went a little off the rails, maybe a lot off the rails. Maybe it's Drive Angry 3D, which was just the most fun I've had this year. And we will be having, I can confirm, let's see, do I know all of our guests? I think I do. I think next episode we are actually going to have 3 guests on, so that's going to be a lot of fun. Yeah, it's going to be wild. Expect definitely an hour-plus show. We're still picking our topics, but it'll be Schmodown's own Boston Badass, Paige for Betty.
Nice.
And we will have from the Pajunkin Network, that is Amber Coates. And then also we will have Quiz Show himself, Mr. Jeff. So they will all be on talking about some wild things. And yeah, looking forward to that. That's June 12th at 10:30 in the morning. So immediately following our News and Views show. Be sure to pop on there. We are hoping that is going to be the most community interaction show. So if you guys pop on Streamlabs, give us suggestions, let us know what you thought jumped the shark. We would greatly appreciate that.
Yeah, get your suggestions into Jesse's Streamlabs for the future. Tell him what to make a show about.
Right.
Exactly. Yeah. Tell me. Once I start making more money from this thing, maybe I'll start doing more shows. But so all of this is we're in the testing grounds. Again, shark jumpers. Look at, you guys see that image? Chris Clark from the Pajunkin made that for me, and it is just one of my favorite things. I'm like, dude, give me a cartoon Free Willy with a shark, And he said bet. And I was like, fantastic. Thank you, sir.
That's awesome.
So everyone go follow Chris Clark. That man is amazing. Yeah, that's the Boston badass. Can't wait to have Paige on the show. All right, guys. Until next week, I've been Jesse, and up here we got
me and Sean.
Me and Chris.
All right, we are trained professionals here. All right, guys.
Nailed
Thank you so much for joining us, coming in clutch. We appreciate it. Until next time, keep it real. I almost said may the film be with you. That was my old podcast. I don't know. There you go. Insight.
That's cool.
I like that.
Recycle it.